There's been a recent increase in tensions in Kashmir, the disputed territory between India and Pakistan. And now conflicting reports are coming from the Indian and Pakistani governments. Pakistan says that India fired across the unofficial border, killing 2 of its soldiers, while India says it carried out what it calls surgical strikes, sending in elite troops on suspected militants believed to be preparing to infiltrate the part of Kashmir under Indian administration. Well, on Wednesday, police in Pathankot in northern India say they carried out search operations after receiving information about armed men in the area. A militant attack on Indian-administered Kashmir killed 18 people last week, and Pakistan denied India's accusations that they were behind the attack. Well, for some more on this, we can go to Islamabad in a moment, but first we have Parvaiz Bukhari, who's joining us from Srinagar in Indian-administered Kashmir. Parvaiz, good to speak to you. So, just how credible are these the reports of these strikes across the border, and what does that mean for Kashmir?
At the moment, these are claims, and we don't even know whether these were airstrikes or ground troops were moved in across the LOC. But what we hear is that for the first time ever, the Indian military has claimed that it carried out what it calls the surgical strikes across the LOC. But I presume that a lot of care has been taken in describing what kinds of strikes these were. These were carried out along the line of control, the unofficial de facto border in Kashmir between India and Pakistan. And the degree of casualties on the other side, as has been reported from Pakistan's 2 soldiers, does not actually match the claims of a surgical strike where heavy casualties have been claimed. But having said all that, what it means in Kashmir is that where people are already tense and there has been unrest for more than 2 months now, people are beginning to get worried about the possibility of another war between India and Pakistan on what they call their homeland and are struggling for right to self-determination for it.
And Parvaiz, in terms of legality, what rights do Indian troops have to cross that line of control and carry out these kind of operations?
See, the right basically comes from the Indian claim and the Parliament resolution of the Indian Parliament in 1994 that entire Jammu and Kashmir territory on both sides of the line of control is an integral part of India. So when India claims the entire disputed territory as its own, so that gives it it gives New Delhi a right to strike, and the message that this time the government in New Delhi is trying to send across is that they do have the right to strike on their own territory, but that's precisely what is under contention between the 2 countries. Pakistan also claims the territory, and at the same time there is also a movement on inside Kashmir for merger with Pakistan or independence from both India and Pakistan. So the right basically comes from the Indian claim itself, nothing more than that.
Okay, well for now, Parvaiz in Srinagar, thank you. Let's go to Islamabad and speak to Javed Rana. Javed, good to speak to you this morning. Now, what's been the reaction there in Islamabad of these claims of Indian surgical strikes?
Well, Pakistan's Defense Minister Khwaja Asif has said that this is a pack of lies. No surgical strikes took place on Pakistani side of the border in disputed Kashmir region. He said that some sort of small weaponry was used, and just a few hours back, Pakistan's military's media wing has said that there was exchange of fire which started at around 2 a.m. last night, and it continued till 8 a.m. This morning, and that is all as a result of these exchange of fire. 2 Pakistani soldiers were killed, and nothing more than that has happened. Pakistan has also said that it has responded back what it called befittingly. Now, how many casualties are there on Indian sides? That is anybody's guess.
And the confusion, of course, comes in, Javed, is when Pakistan admits that 2 of its soldiers have died, where India says it killed militants. Can we try and help clear that up in some way?
Well, on the disputed border, Pakistani troops are deployed. India has been saying that they are going to go for surgical strikes deep inside Pakistani side of the Kashmir, where they claim that some sort of militant headquarters is located. Now they are using, according to their claims, surgical strikes. Surgical strikes terminology is used when you use air power. That has not happened. There is no proof, as we are hearing from Pakistani officials. This terminology, the very terminology of surgical strikes, is basically a part of Indians' Cold Star doctrine, under which they had announced that they will go for surgical strikes to hit and flush out militants on Pakistani side of the border, deep inside Pakistani side of the Kashmir. Now Indians are talking about alongside Pakistani side of the border. That appears to many analysts here in Pakistan that they are trying to basically cool public anger, because there was a lot of hype of warmongering, and that is being seen in Pakistan as an attempt to basically cool down public anger in India.
And Javed, just finally and quickly, if you would, there's a chance here, isn't there, to try and deflate the tensions or increase them. How are Pakistan going to respond to this?
Well, going by what Pakistan military has leaked, different strategic policy options on India, they are saying in case India goes for a surgical strike, something they've been claiming, Pakistan would certainly hit back and would instantly hit back. They have identified 30 sites on the Indian side of the border. They will hit back, and they have not also, by the way, ruled out the possibility of using nuclear devices within the radius of 25 kilometers in case Indian intrudes into Pakistani side of the border. Their policy appears to be very clear.
Okay, Javed Rana there in Islamabad, thank you for now.